al-qabr, or tightness of the grave, is often mentioned in prophetic hadiths. It is a welcoming phase for those who led sinful lives and failed to fear Allah. In Sunan Abu Dawud 4753, the Prophet, peace be upon him, mentioned that the grave would constrict. This pressure would crush the ribs together, pushing the left side to the right and the right side to the left. I ranked this as the least painful because everyone will go through it, whether they are Muslim or not. The believer's own will only last a second and won't constrict like the disbeliever. Plus, this is an introduction compared to other punishments on the list. Jahannam's heat and toxic wind will torment them, but this is the beginning. The victims are those who failed to believe in Allah and His Messenger, and those who were weak in devotion. Their regret will have no limits as they realize this is going to be their condition until the day of judgment. Al-Darb bil-Mitraka means hitting a disbeliever on the forehead with an iron hammer, right between the two ears, a beating like no other. The victim will scream with such volume that every creature on earth can hear, except for humans and jinn. The striking will be so powerful that he'll dissolve into sand, stripping away his skin. The torment is non-stop. The skin will renew, and angels will strike him again and again. This cycle goes on for eternity. The pain is beyond imagination. If someone struck a mountain with the iron hammer, it would turn to sand. The victims are those who failed to answer the three questions of angels Munkar and Nakir. Who's your Lord? What's your religion? Who is that man sent to you? Sak al-Raz bil-Hajar said, a man is lying flat on his back. Another man stands at his head. He carries a piece of rock and crushes the lying man's head with it. Whenever he struck him, the stone rolled away. The man went to pick it up. When he returned, the crushed head was normal again. Then the man struck him once more, and the cycle continued. Sak is for those who know the Quran and fail to act upon it. Hufrat narin mushta'ila. A hole that looks like an oven will trap the victims. It has a narrow top and a wide bottom. A fire burns beneath this hole. When the fire flared up, people rose high, almost escaping. But when the flames died down, they sank back. This hole is for those men and women who committed zina, known as unlawful sexual intercourse. These victims had a bad trait. They didn't fear Allah in private. So, Allah will turn their good deeds into scattered dust. They watched haram content and had haram relationships. They also forgot that Allah watches them. This angered Allah. May Allah protect us. Nardam Magmur involves immersing the victim in a river of blood. In Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 7047, the Prophet described a man soaked in a river of blood. Another man stood on the bank, facing him, with stones in front of him. When the man in the river tried to leave, the other man threw a stone into his mouth. This made him go back to where he started. The Prophet asked, who are these? The angels replied, he's a man who consumed riba, that is debt with interest. Tamzak al-Wajh al-Mutakarir. I kept it this low on the list because the majority of us are victims. May Allah forgive us. In his dream, peace be upon him, he said, two men came to me, caught hold of my hands, and took me to the sacred land of Jerusalem. I saw a person sitting and another standing. The one standing had an iron hook. He shoved it into the sitting person's mouth, reaching the jawbone. Then he tore off one side of the cheek and did the same to the other side. Meanwhile, the first side of his cheek returned to normal, and he repeated the same operation. The Prophet asked, who is this? They said, he's a liar. He used to tell lies. People reported those lies on his authority, and they spread all over the world. Adhab al-Hayat ad-Da'im is the worst and most terrifying form of grave punishment. It is for hypocrites and those who do not believe in Allah and His Messenger. Hadith number 3121 of Sahih Ibn Hibban describes it. 99 snakes will attack the disbeliever in his grave. They will continue biting him until the day of Qiyamah. The punishment for a disbeliever is the worst. They say if a snake from there blows on any part of the earth, plants will never grow there. That area will stay dry and barren forever. Other versions state that each snake has 7 heads.